Yeah. So moving a little bit away, I want to know about this gossip of Michael Waltz. He was promoted to the UN ambassador or something like that, right? What happened to
Promoted, not quite.
I was being jocose.
I know you've been facetious.
Fishes, yes.
Yeah, why he got dumped. I can step back and say I don't know the true reason. All I can know is what we're told now in the press, and it's not so much what we were told in the press; it's that the press was used to tell this story that I think is significant because it was sourced to senior White House aides. It looks like Susie Wiles, the chief of staff, even commented or gave an interview or however you want to describe it. And it basically was, this trashing Mike Waltz, with the main allegation being that he tried to sabotage or circumvent Trump and conspire with Bibi Netanyahu. So you can look at that as saying, oh, okay, so Trump is not necessarily in Netanyahu's pocket, because if he was in Netanyahu's pocket, then what's the big deal about Waltz talking to Netanyahu about attacking Iran? So, that's sort of a positive sign. I'm sure there's some other dimensions to this, but Waltz went from being the guy who coordinated, who brought, he'd have to call Marco Rubio up and say, hey, Marco, you need to get this information to me. And he could call up Pete Hegseth at the Department of Defense and be, hey, get this information to me. John Ratcliffe at CIA, Tulsi Gabbard at DNI. He was the key player, at least in the bureaucracy, for coordinating all national security issues. But now he's going to be the UN ambassador. He answers to Marco Rubio. He's Marco Rubio's bitch. Marco Rubio tells him what to do. And then on top of it, to get that job, he's got to go through a confirmation process. Well, just the information that was out in this article alone is going to provide ammunition for people to attack him. I actually, I think they're looking for a way to get rid of him permanently, but make him be the one that pulls the plug, because he's going to come under such intense pressure. I think he'll have a lot of difficulty getting confirmed. I don't see the Senate as necessarily being a slam dunk at all. And if he gets another job offer where he can go make some money for some, wealthy neoconservative Zionist tycoon, then he'll do that. We'll see.
Things not looking very good for him. He should take the offer, whatever it is.
I mean, he's gonna, he's gonna get questioned by the Republicans about, was it true that he, conspired with Bibi Netanyahu, Signalgate? Why did he lie about Jeffrey Goldberg? Whole host of questions.
Yeah, they probably they are going to put both signal gates on his account and remove Pete Hegseth from the equation. Just burn one and leave the rest alone. That's what sounds.
Again, this is it. I'll call it. It's a manufactured crisis. The fact, if they're using Signalgate every day without telling the press about it, nobody would know about it except the foreigners. It's not secure, but if these are supposedly smart people, they should know what should and shouldn't be talked about on an open line, essentially, even if it's end-to-end encrypted as WhatsApp claims to be.
Yeah, supposed smart people.
Yeah,
we shouldn't count on
that. They got degrees. They attended a college, university. They got degrees. In theory, you'd say, look, they got the credentials to indicate that they're smart. But the kind of intelligence we're talking about is should have an enormous amount of common sense, which seems to be lacking.